Hello everyone, this is Kim at Life Prepared. I had to run to the store today, and while I was there, I decided to pick up some items to go in my get home bag because tomorrow I have to make at least a 75 or 80 mile trip into the city for a doctor's appointment. So I thought I would show you what I picked up and give you an idea why I picked them up. Also, so you know, I'm on a very limited budget. I wish I had hundreds of dollars to buy everything I want. I do not. So this is what I'm adding for today. And I'll go through each item one by one and tell you exactly why I added these to my kit. Before I go on to all of those items, I wanted to show you this as well. I really can't get a good view of the whole thing, but what I have here are walking poles, trekking poles, hiking poles, whatever you want to call them. And I use these a lot. And now I'm going to make sure, as part of my routine of getting more prepared, I also want to get in some better shape. So I've been walking every day. It's going along with my weight loss and just getting a little bit more physically active. And when I know I'm going to be going to a distance like I am tomorrow, down to the doctor's office, I want to make sure that these get in my car, of course, with the shoes and things like that. So, in the event that I need to take a walk, I'm better prepared. The trekking poles, I have a horribly bad back. I have a lot of arthritis in my back from an old injury, and I have a bad hip. I've noticed when I started using the poles, I can walk stronger, I can walk faster, and I can walk longer. So, if you have any idea that you may have to walk, might be something that you think about adding to your supplies that you keep with you, in case the event that you need to walk. But I wanted to show you my walking poles. And the other thing that's kind of cool about these, if I felt like I was in danger, these tips come off. Well, they're too good for one hand. There we go. The tips come off. I use them to go to the barn in the ice. I can walk better on ice. And honestly, it's a self-defense tool as well, in my opinion. If somebody were to, if I felt threatened, I would kind of use it like between me and them, and that might get the point across, no pun intended, but it might get the point across that, I don't want them in my space. So, okay, let's look at the rest of them, and I'll explain that. Okay, first of all, this is nothing new. If you saw my other video, you saw me pick up 3 of these containers at the thrift store for 25 cents a piece. But I did not know what size they were, so what I did was I filled them with fluid up to the neck of the bottle here, not counting the threads, but just up to where this neck is, and I measured them. And I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but I scratched in the bottom right here exactly how much each of these containers hold. That way, if I'm using something like a water purifier tablet or bleach to purify the water, I know how much is in here. This is about 4 ounces shy of a quart. So I know that if I used a purifier tablet that, worked on a liter, which happens to be about 33 ounces, I would be safe. It's not, it's a little more than I need, but it's not under what I need. So that's just one of the little things I did. I just took, and scratched in, and I did that in 2 places just so if one were somehow to get wore off, it would be there. And each bottle has been marked like that. So now I know exactly what these will hold. Another thing I'm adding to my kit is just a simple large square of aluminum foil. There's many things that these can be used for. Obviously, if I needed to cook something, I could fashion a bowl out of it. I could fashion a cup out of it. I could use it to scoop water. That came right out of my kitchen, no extra cost. So I'm adding a piece of foil. Now, I totally forgot I had this little knife. I use it just about every day. This is a neck knife, and for me, a lot of times I'm wearing a skirt or shorts that do not have pockets. I'm going to start making sure when I leave the house I have my neck knife with me. Now I use it out in the barn a lot. I've had this at least 5 years. It's got a really nice sheath to it. It's a simple CRKT. It stays really sharp. And it's a nice little knife. The blade itself is about 2 inches. The overall length is just over 5, about 5 1/4. But it's got these nice little holds. I feel I have a good grip. It's got a thumb hold on it. I can really, get into places where I need to. If I had to use it for self-defense, I could really keep a good grip on it. It's not going to do much, but, you slash at somebody a few times and maybe they'll get the hint. If somebody had their arm around my neck, I could give them a couple slices or something like that and maybe get away from somebody. But I'm really glad I remembered to bring this in out of the barn, because even when I went to the store today, I was wearing a dress. Didn't have anywhere to carry a pocket knife. This went inside my clothes. I can tuck it right inside and nobody even knows I'm carrying it. So just a nice little neck knife that I found that I'm going to make sure that I keep with me. Okay, so here in my area, we do not have a lot of choices as far as shopping goes. We have one store, which is Walmart, where I can buy food, clothing, any supplies that I need, and luckily we have a Dollar Tree. Other than that, we do not have much of anything else. We have a small lumber store in town, couple thrift stores, and that's it. So it's not a very big area. So my first step was at the dollar store. Remember I said I want to make sure I'm carrying some socks, so I found some nice lightweight socks. I needed new ones anyway. I'm going to put these in my pack. I got a 3-pack for $1, so I paid about 35 cents a piece for socks that I get some extra pairs, and that's going in my kit. I'm going to tuck it right in my shoes, so I always have it with me. Another item I picked up at the dollar store, remember I said I needed some glow sticks. Now I purposely got lighter colors from my own experience playing with the grandkids. These glow a lot brighter than, say, a blue or even the red. And this one, if I needed it for emergencies, I could take the red, I could put it on a piece of paracord, I could, flash it around, and somebody would know that, maybe the red is signifying I need some assistance. Now, once I get back to the dollar store again, I may pick up, they did not have a pack of just red. If they get them in, I could use those. Like if I were to break down and my car was overhanging onto the road, I could put them out behind my car in addition to my triangle to let somebody know I was in the road. So, 6 of these for $2 I think is a really good idea. I don't want to have to use the flashlight if I don't need it. If I'm set up camp, I can turn my light off. The yellow's not supposed to attract bugs as much, and I could light up my area that I'm sitting in for, next to nothing. The next thing I picked up at the dollar store was simple. 5 packs of peanuts, very lightweight. The entire package only weighs 3 ounces. There's 4 grams of protein in here. There's 110 calories per pack, and I'm getting a little bit of carbohydrate, not a whole lot, but I'm getting some fat, and fat is what keeps you full longer, makes you feel like you've had something to eat a little bit longer. So each pack has 9 grams of fat. I'm going to throw one of these in my purse. I'm going to keep 2 in my pack, a couple in my other one, and maybe 1 or 2 in the glove box of my car, something like that. But, for 20 cents a pack, really cheap, decent food to keep with you, and, easy to eat. I don't have to worry about warming it up, and it can always be with me. At the dollar store, and I put the rest of them away, I picked up some. Remember I said I needed to get the anti-diarrhea tablets? So I'm putting all of these into my various first aid kits. If you happen to get some bad water and you get diarrhea, you're going to dehydrate really fast when you're away from home. If you're stuck in an emergency, it's not only uncomfortable, but it could harm you. In a very short period of time, you could dehydrate, have kidney problems, get very weak and not be able to walk. So having an anti-diarrheal to me, that and Benadryl are probably two of my most important things because, with my allergies, I don't want to have to worry about an allergic reaction as well. So there was a pack of 16 for $1. Definitely for $1, it's worth your safety. And the last item I picked up at the dollar store, they actually carry these Bic lighters now. This is called the Slim Flick. And I really kind of like this one because, a lot of times, again, I have small things to carry in, and it's very slim. So it fits, it's half this width of a regular Bic. Your Bics are always good to have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little loop on here with a piece of cording. I'm going to wrap something around here. That way, if I want, again, I could put it on my neck knife. I can hang it. I can do whatever. And I'm going to have a Bic lighter with me that will fit in small spaces. And another thing I did was I made sure to get a bright color. If I'm walking outside, even on my own property, if I had a black or a dark blue or something like that and I drop it, I'm going to lose it. So, if I'm in a situation where I lose my lighter somewhere and I need to find it, this is going to be much easier to see out in the woods or on the road or wherever I'm at than if I had a different color. So one of the main reasons I picked it up also was because of the color. Okay, so what I picked up at Walmart, obviously each item here was only $1. I spent $4, well, $4.30 at the dollar store. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, a pair of socks. So for $4, I've got the anti-diarrhea medicine. I have another thing for fire. I have some food, and I have some light. So I have some of my needs met right there. Now, at Walmart, I told you one of the things I was concerned about was electrolytes. So this was $1, I believe $1.70 something, $1.70. Let me find my $1.74. It's 10 packs of an electrolyte powder, and it happens to be flavored. So once again, if you're outside, it's really hot, you feel, like you're getting a little fuzzy in the head, it might not just be water that you need, it might be those electrolytes. Again, if you got diarrhea, you're waiting for your medicine to kick in, you can get some electrolytes in your body. This is going to be, these are small. I like that for that reason. They're not only going in my pack, but one of each is going in each of my first aid kits because they're small. Not only do I think we need this, but I believe it needs to be part of a first aid kit. My camera's really bright today. So each one of these, they're easy, they're small. I could stick them in a first aid kit, no problem. And now I have some electrolyte powder to go with me. Another thing I picked up at Walmart was the Gorilla Tape. Now, this stuff I use all the time here. I have a couple rolls, but they're almost gone because we use it quite a lot here. The Gorilla Tape was $2.97 plus tax. And, it's not a bad deal. It's a nice 1-inch wide, 30-foot long roll of tape that I can take with me. I could use it in this extreme case of I have a bad gash. I could pull a gash together. I could use it for first aid. You can tear this into pieces and use it for fire starting. It burns a very long time. I can use it to repair things, hold things together. Cargo tape is one of the 10 C's. Not one of my 15. I think there needs to be 15, but anyway, it's one of the major things that you should always have with you. So this one is going out in my car. I think I'm going to take some of this and wind it onto a couple different items so I could spread it out across a couple of areas, but so each thing has at least some Gorilla Tape. Not the best in the world, but I found Paracord at Walmart. Now, the funny thing is you have to watch where you look for this. I found Paracord in one section where the hardware supplies were, and it specified it was 550 Paracord, but it would only hold 110 pounds. and it was more expensive. It came in pretty colors. You had, pink and, a rainbow or whatever it was. I think that's more for art supplies, like my other one that I only paid $1 at the dollar store. If I'm going to use something that may risk my life, I want something that will be a little bit more substantial. I found this in the camping and survival supplies. This is a 14-strand cord. It's 50 feet long. I think that was my most expensive item today, or one of them. That was $2.94. It's when you put the two hanks together that had 50 feet, the other ones were half this size. So I know this is a stronger, will bear more weight. It might not be the best paracord on the market, but it's the best I can find. I'm going to cut this into a couple different sizes so that, I could make a ridge line out of it. And then I will have a couple other pieces to use in the meantime. But I found some paracord that's better than what I had. That's going to stay in my pack too. I can use that for like hanging up things and things like that. But this is a better quality anyway. And then I remembered that I loaned my bug spray out to my son and his wife to go to the beach, and I never got it back. So I needed to pick up some bug spray. This I like because I could definitely keep it with me. I could put it in my purse or in my ready pack, and I can refill it, which is what I like. I can pour this into this so that I always have a small applicator with me because, I'm not going to stick this thing in my purse. It's too heavy. I'm not going to carry this around. This is going to get in my bag or in my car, but this one I will actually carry with me. Now, it was cheaper to buy this, per ounce, but the convenience to me is it's definitely worth it. The large bottle was $3.86, and the pen is $2.97. And since they had one on the shelf that somebody else had opened, I looked to see that it could be refilled. That's the main reason I got this particular brand. So that's everything I picked up today. Those are the 3 things I found around the house to improve. And my total cost pre-tax was $14.62. Michigan sales tax is 6%. So all total I paid $15.49. So, not bad. I can work that into, my budget. If I go once or twice a month, I could pick up a couple of items. I'm definitely still looking to upgrade to at least I'm looking at a Mora knife, a 511. It's not a full tang, but it's a 3/4 tang. It's going to be longer and more useful to some situations if I needed to, cut some wood with it, baton some wood or something like that. I can't do it with what I have, but at least I'm better prepared than I was yesterday. And that's my goal, is each day or every couple days when I get a chance, I want to be better prepared than I was the day before. So, what do you think about what I picked up? You think I got some okay deals? What would you add that I didn't have in my supplies? What do you think is next on the list that I need to pick up? And leave me a comment below. Have a wonderful day.